Looky what we have here, VC. There was a bit of a clue. A bunch of records here representing a letter of each band, a letter of my name, and as response to a VC competition. Check it out. Hello Craig Vinyl community, and welcome to another Craig Vinyl video. Hope you're doing well. It's Sunday afternoon here in Queensland, Australia, and big shout out to Billy Hurst. Check out his channel in the description below. And Billy, this is my response to your video competition. Congratulations, Billy, 200 subs in the VC community, and Billy's running a competition to show albums about your name. So my name's Craig, so I'm going to show albums or artists or bands starting, letter C, R, A, etc. So I thought it was a great competition. Billy's a fantastic guy. If you don't follow him, please do. I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to win the competition. He truly is, and Billy's he's a fantastic musician as well. For people who play guitar and that, I respect. I respect anyone, but it's good to have a bit of a talent, and because I love guitar and rock myself. So Billy, you tick all the boxes. Cheers, mate. All right, let's get straight into it. So Billy, I'm going to do my name, so C-R-A-I-G, and basically went through my collection up here, going through the C's and the R's, and picking out an album that stood out to me for whatever reason. I just pulled it down, so let's just talk about it. C, this one I picked up probably a couple of weeks ago. It's the Clash, London Calling. I've already shown this in one of my videos on the Epic label. Fantastic double album. So stoked to have this. What this album means to me is, well, I've got to tell you, I had different expectation to how this album sounded. The Clash, of course, one of the top albums ever made. One of the top ranked Rolling Stone albums of all time. Not the top, but in the top 20, I think. So it's kind of a must for any VC collector, I think. Definitely. So when I got my hands on this, I thought, yes. How's this going to sound? And I had expectations of a punk band playing in a small venue, crammed in with 300 people, just really, really packed in, and just playing music that's real punk, don't give a shit, open chord type stuff. But I knew it was a popular album, and I thought it's got to be more to it than that, and it sure was. Blown away. As I said in my previous videos, just amazing rockabilly, rock, slight bits of so I'm just looking up to the clouds outside trying to get my words, like not funk, it'll come to me. I'll edit that if I don't anyway. Really surprised. Great music, great production, and I love every song on here. Billy's asked me to pick a favourite song. Well, Brand New Cadillac and Jimmy Jazz and Hateful, probably those songs, all on side one, record one, The Clash. I'm just going to do a cutout here to a photo because this album is actually up on my my shrine on my wall over here. But it's the Rolling Stones 12x5. I think 12x5 is shown in Discogs as their first album, but in a lot of other books that I've read, it shows it's maybe their second or maybe third, so I'm not too sure. The 12x5 is mainly a compilation of songs written by other artists that they've performed. Of course, the Stones performing somewhat like the Beatles as well, I guess. Earlier on, we're performing a lot of covers, and for quite a few of the first few albums, some of the albums had quite a few covers on them. But for me, Rolling Stones is probably about my definitely my top 3 artists of all time, and I'm really putting the word out to try and complete my Stones collection. I've still got a bit to go, but so I could have picked out a lot, but 12x5, because it's about one of the earliest ones that I have in my collection. It was important to me, and important to me because as a 16, 17-year-old learning guitar and playing music that rockabilly, that 50s, 60s blues, 40s blues, that's reproduced by bands like the Stones at that time that I loved as a teenager, listening back to, means a lot to me. So looking at side 1 on 12x5, I mean, they've got stuff like Chuck Berry. I love Chuck Berry being a guitarist as well. So that's the letter R. The letter A, of course, is AC/DC. A lot of you know I absolutely love them, and I'm still picking up a few more of their albums. It's just blowing me away, and I can't wait to show you guys that later on. But I initially picked Back in Black on the red Albert label there. I've got a couple of versions of this one, and the 1980 debut album, of course, with the new singer Brian Johnson. For me, I really didn't get into Back in Black until I was probably 16, maybe even 17, because I saw AC/DC for the first time when I just turned 18, just after I turned 18. That's sort of when I knew they were coming. So when I was about early 17, late 16, I really got into that hard rock, and I was playing. I remember sometimes Mum and Dad and that would go next door, go to a party or something like that, and I'd get my electric guitar and I'd bring it downstairs, plug it in the amp, turn it up, and put albums like this on up really loud. I'm sorry, neighbours, if you're watching this. My neighbours from a long time ago. Anyway, and just normally play rhythm guitar along to the music blasting out of the speakers. This is early 90s here. So good memories with that sort of music, and AC/DC playing that. It was just fabulous. So I never ever get sick of listening to this album. And again, to pick a favourite song on here, well, I've just got side 2 on here. So if I was looking at that, maybe Shake a Leg, which is track 4. One reason why I like Shake a Leg is that I like a lot of Angus's sort of lead breaks and things, and he certainly delivers it here. Kind of like a little slow, little rock and rolly, and then back up again with Brian Johnson's voice. So next one, the letter I, and this one's a picture disc. This I think goes back, was released in 1988, and this picture disc was actually probably about my last vinyl purchase as a teenager. Because just after this, I was buying things like Def Leppard, the Fine Young Cannibals, on just when those CDs were coming in. But this is it. It's In Excess and Kick. This actually holds up good value in Discogs. It keeps growing. There's the track listings. When they came out with Need You Tonight was the debut single here, and I think it did very well in the States as well. And it was just the sound, I remember when it came out, it was just so different. It was just amazing. It just grew on you straight away. And then they came out with New Sensation. It just went up like another level. It's just incredible sound. I was just playing this stuff full on loud all the time. And lucky for me, Mum actually liked the music. So I'd pick my moments, but I would blast the living daylights out of the old stereo back then, playing this, spinning. Lastly, G is a band. I think I was in 10th grade, so I was again probably 16. Interesting, a lot of this stuff was important to me at that age. And when this came out, their biggest song, was a fantastic song. And when I got the album, played it once, it was pretty good. Played it twice, played it 3 times. It was like, whoa. And being that sort of 16, going to 17 years old, this hard, at the time was quite hard and heavy, although extremely popular, even on mainstream radio, on the nightly countdowns and that, on the rock radio. They had songs on the rock radio for like 50, well, I think one of the songs was close to a year in their top 30. So here it is, Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, the letter G, my last letter in my first name. This is the Australian pressing, so it doesn't have the other cover. And I remember being as a teenager as well, and just on my folders and my school folders, and drawing the cross and little heads on there. And yeah, the funny thing is, I remember my dad, because I was playing it a lot and talking about it, and I think he sort of was wondering, what is this music? What is this crazy music? And he was reading the lyrics. There's the alternate cover, which I think was released in America for a while. So it's just on the inner sleeve in Australia. But I remember my dad sitting down and reading these lyrics and saying it out loud and thinking, oh my goodness. Saying, I mean, it's all about drinking, women, drugs. I mean, you know, how they were back in the day. And I think back in the day, reading a book by Duff McKagan and Slash, that they were drinking, both of them were drinking at least one bottle of vodka. But I think Duff was on maybe a couple of bottles a day, plus everything else. So it was just, the time was just crazy, man. And of course the lyrics reflected all that. And it just made me laugh hearing my dad read out the lyrics, not knowing how the songs go. He just made me laugh, just reading it out with a straight face, you know. Thanks, Billy, for this competition. I enjoyed pulling these records out, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Cheers, Billy. Hope you pull out the right name to win the competition. He's got some great prizes, and yeah, check out his channel. He's a lot of fun, Billy. And cheers all. Cheers.